Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like this.
I mean, it's a complete shit show. A complete shit show today. There were 292 names. The last one went into 8:38 p.m. The poor person who was in charge of putting names in the portal, they started at midnight. Right at midnight, Devin Dinkins went in from George Mason. And again, the last one, that's a long day. I hope they got overtime pay over there in Indianapolis at NCAA headquarters because the portal was buzzing today and it shouldn't have been open. Why in the hell, if you're the NCAA, are you having people like myself? Somebody eating there? Fanta, you chowing down?
Oh,
All right, just making sure. Why are you having the portal open today when it should be all about the NCAA tournament? And I'm tweeting about portal entries, and I'm not alone. Think about how stupid that is. This is the biggest thing that the NCAA has. Their cash cow. It should be all about the tournament right now. All you had to do was push this thing back 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I don't care. But you don't do it the day after Selection Sunday. I know some schools wanted it early, but ultimately, to me, close the window. Right now, the window is 45 days. It started today. It ends on May 1st. So at the end of the day, make it a 30-day window and start it maybe right after either the Elite Eight, because those Final Four teams, you want to start it then. There's 4 teams left, and they probably don't give a shit. They're so excited to be in the Final Four. They'll still have a little bit of time to work the portal. But ultimately, that's what you have to do here. That's what you have to do. It's the intelligent move. And again, there's no reason we should be talking, we should be tweeting, we should be writing about anybody going to the portal on a day like today when it should be all about the brackets, the tournament starting up. We've been waiting for this all year long. We haven't been waiting for the portal.
RC?
I agree. I think there's so many other things that need to be discussed about it. I mean, because even the NIT and everything, I like what they're doing. I like the NIT and the changes and stuff that's about to happen and what they're implementing in that more NBA and FIBA rules. But some of these kids are, there was a big thing yesterday with Tom Crean talking about that as well. And it was the impression that coaches and everything want to get in the portal and how they want to handle that. Sometimes it's the kids, man. These kids don't want to play because they want to go in a portal. They just want to be done. They want to be out. And you can't allow it. It's unfair. And then when you, as a coach, it's a no-win situation when you're put in these situations. Because if you didn't make the tournament, you feel like you're being punished. If you don't make it, then you're thinking about next year.
Right.
You're thinking about the following year. You're not worried about all the others, whether by NIT, the CBI. You ain't worried about any of that. You're thinking, man, I got to get on my job for next year. You see coaches getting fired in 2 years, depending on the job, 3 years. So you don't have long. You got to fix it right away, and you got to fix it through the portal. So people talk about having a bunch of staffs. As a head coach, man, come on. They got to be responsible for every player that comes in. They got to see them. It's just not as simple as I think some people are making it to seem.
Let me tell you about our newest partner for the month of March, SplashSports, the home of certified community competition, where you get to play against your friends and not the house. Whatever game it is that you are playing, from survivors to tiers to pick X, the safest way to play for real money without the hassle of having to track down deposits or worry about payments is through Splash. They have partnered with PaySafe, the best deposit and payment system in the world, to ensure that money stays in safe hands and is delivered to the right places. To join the Field of 68 Survivor Madness, click the link in our profile below and join in. Entries are $5 a pop with a prize pool of up to $4,500. Winner take all.
This is a travesty. It is an absolute mess. It's a dumpster on fire and needs to get changed immediately. This is the last year that this should exist. The transfer portal opening on what is being called Selection Monday. A bunch of players and people, nothing against them, they're allowed to transfer, they're allowed to have their freedom of movement. All that stuff is fine. Not going to sit here and argue that. They're allowed to do what they want to do. But a bunch of players that were on teams that frankly lost and are irrelevant right now, getting headlines, getting any remote storylines during a time where we should be celebrating the teams that have won. And we will, and we have on this show. But this is the greatest week of college basketball in the entire calendar year. And the tournament should get our undivided attention across the sport. The sport defeats itself when it has players entering the portal. And you currently, and I'm going to read this text message that I got today, and I'm sure, Jeff, you got plenty of these too. Power 5 assistant coaches who are in the NCAA tournament are calling around asking if there are any transfers available for their program because they're tasked with reloading their roster and they're tasked with keeping up with everybody else who's trying to reload their roster. That is disgusting to me. This, you owe it to your team, your group of young men, 18 to 22-year-olds, some 23, some 24. You owe it to those men to give your undivided attention to the goal that you had all season, March Madness, the best postseason in sports. The fact that because of this stupid portal timeline, coaches of NCAA tournament teams have to also give any inkling of attention to how they're going to build their roster going forward, it's a joke, man. This is ridiculous.
No doubt.
Hey, but they got it. It's ridiculous. But this is what they have to do. You have to figure out a way to manage it, right?
But they shouldn't have to.
No doubt they should. No doubt they should.
I'm not ripping them. I'm not ripping them. I'm ripping the system.
Right.
It's
Right.
the system.
The NCAA has to. The problem is they don't think things through, and they made a mistake, and they need to, like Fanta said, they need to correct it immediately for next year. Immediately.
This can't.
I got zero faith in that. There's a million other things going on in the landscape of college athletics.
I'm gonna talk to Charlie. Hey, I'm gonna talk to Charlie when I see him at the Final Four. We'll get it done. Me and Charlie
You're
Baker.
gonna get this done.
Yeah.
I just don't. It's not healthy for the sport when, like, everybody, the casual fan, you guys got texts from family members and friends today, right? Hey, who should I pick? I'm filling out my bracket. I
didn't even have time. I didn't have time to look at this damn thing. I was in the portal half the day.
And Jeff, what? Doug McDaniel, Devin Askew, Stojakovic. Like, it's not like these are names that are.
Well, those are the best names. You just read off the best. Now, again, there's going to be big names. I mean, Hunter Dickinson went in last year. There are program changers that are going to come out. But today was not the day. That's all it was. Today was not the day to start the portal.
The best month of the year is here, which is why you need to know that we are now partnered with BetMGM. We'll be using BetMGM lines to make all of our picks, and we'll have special offers for the listeners and the viewers of the Field of 68 throughout the conference and NCAA tournament. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, you can use the bonus code FIELD150 and you'll get $150 in free bets on your first wager with BetMGM, regardless of whether or not that bet hits. Here's how you make it work. Download the BetMGM app and sign up using the bonus code FIELD150. Deposit at least $5 and place your first wager on any game, and you get $150 in free bets regardless of the outcome. Just make sure you use that bonus code FIELD150 when you sign up. And most importantly, we have some fun stuff coming up for the conference tournaments and for the NCAA tournament. Bet insurance tokens, college hoops odds boosts, and what I love the most, a nice little parlay boost, as well as a ridiculous array of prop bets for anything that you could possibly imagine betting on in March and in early April. BetMGM is the king of the prop bet